Right, afternoon everyone, I'm the part-time thrifter. I buy and sell online, Amazon even for profit. Today's video is a bit different. Obviously, first of all, I'm sitting down. Second of all, I'm not packing any parcels today. Today's more about how I run my business myself, yeah? And any advice that I'm giving out today, I'm not qualified whatsoever, yeah? It's just simply what I do for my business and how I run with it. So please, if you're actually thinking of actually starting your own business or anything I say, just use as advice, okay? Do not use it as the letter of the law, okay? Is simply my experiences when running the business and different hints and different things that I'm actually doing throughout this. So this is going to be all in one take, so apologies if it doesn't look smooth or how the majority of people actually do these, but it literally is what it is. This is who I am, okay? This is why hopefully you're actually enjoying the channel for us. So I've actually written everything down, okay? I've made my notes down and things I would actually like to say. So obviously we talked about how simply this is my experiences, okay? If you actually need to speak to someone who's actually qualified with more in regards to advice for yourselves. Now, so obviously if you're watching this video, you're either thinking of actually starting a business, or you're self-employed, or you're actually a limited company. There is a difference between self-employed and limited companies, okay? So I would say have a look and have a discussion with someone in regards to what's the difference between the two. If you maybe are interested in what's the difference between self-employed and a limited company, just put a comment below, and if I get enough people actually thinking that they do want a video on that, I'll try and make a video explaining it to the best of my ability. So a few things to keep in mind, okay? A few numbers first of all. First thing is that the taxable allowance is 12,500, so that means that up to 12,500 you don't get taxed. It's your free taxable allowance for yourself. But from 9,500 onwards, you do pay 9% national insurance. So literally, I'm just going through down my tick list for yourselves. Up to 50k profit, you pay 20% on tax. So up to 50k profit, you pay 20% tax. So after your 12,500, all the way up to 50k, you pay 20% tax. After 50k, you pay 40% tax, and if you're lucky enough to actually be earning more than 150,000 per year, you actually start paying 45,000. From what I've been reading and things that I know, anyone that's actually earning as a business after 40,000 of profit is actually more advisory to actually be a limited company, because there's some benefits throughout with it. So let's see, we take that. Now, things that you need to know, okay? First of all, your business year or your financial year is April the 6th till April the 5th. It's not January to January, yeah? It's from April to April. The majority of people, you know that, but I'm just putting out the numbers, putting out the figures. Anything you want, you take from it for us. You can pay this up to the 31st of January, and you need to submit your self-assessment by October. But I do both at April, yeah, so I want to make sure that I've got the whole year to actually sort myself out. So I do it in April, so if there's any mistake on it, it means it's less busy, so I can get to the phone to HMRC and actually speak to him and explain everything I want. If you leave it to the last minute and simply everyone else is panicking, trying to do the self-assessment at the last minute, then obviously you're not going to get the best experience when contacting HMRC. And if I must say, yeah, when you actually contact them, guys, they just know their stuff. They do know their stuff, and they will help you through it, yeah. Obviously, everybody's scared of the tax man, but all you got to do is contact them, and we'll explain everything to you guys. When it comes to myself, okay, I've already, you know, I'm a full-time teacher, so I'm already a PAYE. So that basically means that I've got an X amount that I actually receive per year. Any profit that I get from my self-employed business, that gets taxed. So basically I'm actually supplementing my income, and that also gets taxed on that X amount. So how do you actually get taxed? What actually gets taxed when you've actually a self-employed business? The thing that actually gets taxed is your turnover, take away your cost. So my business is buying and selling. So it's basically how much I've actually sold my goods take away the cost, and that is actually the profit. And that is the figure that HMRC contacts you about and asks for you to actually put down. So you've got all the information that you need to apply when you do your self-assessment. And also, these are the main figures that you need. Okay, your turnover, your cost of running your business, and that calculates your profit for yourselves. So it's really, really important that you actually keep a track of these figures, yeah, because otherwise it won't be accurate. And also be expecting your first tax bill to actually be a bit higher, because they do ask you, if I'm correct, to actually pay half of the next year, and that rolls out all the way through. So be expecting your first tax bill to be a bit higher. The way I run my business is any profit that I get, so any payments I receive from Amazon in regards to, because obviously I take the payments out from them, I put 25% aside, and I save that for taxes. Yeah, so 25% of any payment I receive from Amazon or eBay, I actually put it away to actually pay for taxes. Chances are I'm actually saving a bit too much, but I'd rather save too much than too little. So 25%, I would say, of your profits, of your payments that you actually get even, into your account, put them on one side and save them to actually pay for taxes. So let's see the main things that I would actually advise you. Now, I've done my first self-assessment in October time. I've been running my business by myself. I have not got an accountant. Yeah, I would advise getting one. Yeah, I've not got an accountant. I've made sure that everything that I do is actually fully tracked, and I made sure that I contacted HMRC. Scaling up the business, maybe if I go over 40, 50k per year profit, then I think I need to actually get an accountant involved, because they can actually give me the best advice and help me with the benefits of actually having a limited company and eventually registering for VAT. Again, if you're thinking about VAT, that is not something you need to worry about until your turnover is more than 85,000 a year. But again, it's really important that you're actually having conversations with people that actually know what they're doing. I mean, even last week, I made sure that I contacted an accountant, and basically I was thinking, do I need to actually get an accountant or not for my second year? After talking to him and advised me that I was actually doing everything right, he advised me to just continue as I was, simply because I have been keeping a track record of absolutely everything, and I started with the right foot from day one. So, from day one, you're actually thinking of actually selling. Well, if you're actually selling on eBay goods and you get a profit of more than 1,000, so if you're actually buying goods in order to actually sell, you need to start thinking, I need to open a business, okay, and I need to start paying taxes. You don't want it one day business or eBay to actually say to you, right, listen, we're closing your account until you actually get your documents. It takes quite a lot of time to get your UTR number and everything sorted out. So please, 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 if you're actually thinking of actually selling for profit on eBay or on Amazon, make sure you have an account, and make sure you have actually declared either the self-employed person or a limited company. So, first thing, and the main thing that you need to do is have a separate bank account. Yeah, you do not want to be going to Sainsbury's and actually buying your milk and suddenly buying a puzzle or anything like that. I do that, yeah, of course I do that, but what I do is I do two different transactions. I've got my main bank account, which I deal with and I get paid with my normal business, my normal job even. I buy my milk and everything. Anything involving retail arbitrage, which I do quite a lot, is actually going out from a separate account, my business account. I use Starling, okay? There's a lot of business accounts out there. I use Starling simply because at the time when I wanted to start my business, I couldn't actually go into a bank office. Initially I looked at HSBC because they were actually offering a free business account, but I couldn't actually go in the bank because obviously I'm a teacher. I work 9 till 5, if not more. So simply there wasn't enough time for me to do it. So I opened a Starling because you can do everything online, and I've been actually really happy with them. So that basically, don't mix business with pleasure. It's so much easier when you've actually got everything coming out of one account, all your payments out of one card, so you know everything that's actually happening. Which comes to my second part, outsource your tracking of transactions. So I actually use QuickBooks. Yeah, I'm not affiliated or anything to them. I think I pay about £8 a month, and they track all my transactions throughout the year. So because I make sure that all my payments are taken out from my Starling business account, everything is actually tracked through them. Which means that I'm no longer, obviously I've got my spreadsheets, but I don't need to have spreadsheet day in and day out, actually adding and putting things, everything that I've got. It'll take too long. If I'm selling 100 items per week or 100 items per month even, it actually gets quite tedious. So it's really, really important that you actually outsource, I would say, your transactions, your daily transactions to someone. And I would say QuickBooks is probably one of the best ones for myself. I've not used anything else really, so that's all I've used. Let's see what else we've got. The receipts can be stored in QuickBooks, so you can take a picture of your receipt, but you need to make sure that you keep hard copies of your receipts for 5 years. HMRC can audit you and can ask you for your receipts for the last 5 years. So really important. So I would say just get a file of facts or something and date it by months and simply have your receipts in there by month for yourselves. It's really, really important that you actually keep these receipts, okay? Do not have them all over the place. The easiest way to do it, have a file of facts and make sure you do it by month. And obviously take a picture of it too. A lot of the time though, and if you're like myself, at the moment in time, I cannot go to the shop. So a lot of my orders are actually done online. So I'm not printing out all the invoices. I am not printing out all the receipts online. What I do though, I have made a separate email account and I forward all my emails, all my receipts and all my invoices in that account. Once a week, what I do is, I've also made, you can either do a Dropbox or you can actually have a Google Drive account, and I've put year and the months underneath. And what I do is I actually upload the invoices on Google Drive per year and per month. It just makes sure you actually got everything there, because obviously the amount of spam emails that we get this day and age is ridiculous. So you don't want to be looking through your emails if in case you actually do get audited through everything. So make it a small job every week rather than a massive job at the end of the year. Make sure you do it slowly and keep a track record of anything that you're actually doing. Is so important, guys. Obviously, let's see what else we've got here. Yeah, so that's a big one I would say for us. And then thinking of scaling, okay, do your research, speak to someone that can help you, as in the long run, it might lead to something worse. If you don't pay your taxes, obviously, it will lead to something worse for us. I've changed the way I run my business over the last year and a half, I would actually say, and I've changed it over the last 3 years because 3-4 months. What I've done is I made sure that anything that I buy from now on has got definitely a return on investment higher than 30%. You saw me quite a lot of time going at Sainsbury's and actually picking up items, and maybe they had 2 or 3 quid. 2 and 3 quid is not bad when you actually paid 7 quid for the item, because that's pretty much like a 50% return. But I was paying 25 quid and I was getting 5 quid back. I'm wasting too much on my capital. So I'm making sure that I'm actually, and I talked about it a bit on my spreadsheet too, how I'm trying to get 110 quid profit per day, and I've actually been doing it consistently for the last 14 days when sourcing, and I'm making sure that I'm doing it with a 40% return on my investment. So my spreadsheet is soon going to be updated. It's going to have the ACN, also a section for your ACN, basically if you're selling on Amazon, and I'm going to have a new column saying how much I spent each month and how much I've actually earned, how much the payments I've actually received from Amazon, and you can actually calculate your return on investment. But that's been my advice. That's been my hints really. It's all in one take, okay. It's simply how I run my business. If it's been helpful, okay, please like and subscribe. Dear me, I've not done that. But anyways, yeah, it seems like 50% of the people that are looking at or watching the channel are not subscribed. So just hit the subscribe button, and apologies for the adverts, guys. Yeah, monetized. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. I'm the Part-Time Thrifter, and tidy your books up. Have a good day, everyone.